position for the Hardie Heros 1000 last year. They all went round, set their fast times. Late in the day, out came Peter Brock. He's dominated and won the Australian Touring Car Championship this year and desperately wants pole position here today. Listen to that motor screaming as he goes up towards the mountain for the first time. The stopwatch is already on him, and here comes Peter Brock, one of the smoothest, one of the top drivers in Australia.
It's the smoothness that's going to count, I think. A very relaxed driver, marginally quicker than Colin Bond on the way up, due, I think, to Colin's rather poor approach to the circuit. That set him back, but Brock made no mistake. He's fast up here. He's a little quicker up the hill. He may not quite have the pace of the big Fords down the straight, but Brocky is flying. Now, he just dodges the little bit of a leap there. He has a little bit of a lift at the front, but the Fords were taking us a tighter line and punishing their cars. Not that for Peter Brock. He's following the smooth way all the way around. Up the top now, and I have him maybe marginally faster than Colin Bond at this stage, but it depends whether he can go as quickly down the mountain. But this is a very fast lap.
We'll wait and see through this particular section of the track. His exit from here, it's good. He's on the white line in good shape. And we'll watch him as he comes down through. Oh, he is really trying hard, picking a wheel up, going through here very, very neatly, very, very smoothly. Takes the back of the car out, no sideways motion. He's in good shape, and I think he's in for a very, very good time.
I think the $8,500 prize money for pole is secondary. It's the pole that Peter Brock wants.
Good exit from here, and he's on the straight. Better approach to that corner and better exit than a lot of the other drivers. And now down Conrod Straight and moves over to the left part of the track.
All the speed that he can possibly muster down here.
Here comes the radar trap time, 157 miles an hour. So he's 2 miles an hour slower in that particular section. So providing he has been faster up the top part of the circuit, it's going to be very, very close indeed for pole position. And he is really screaming down here to the final corner. Peter Brock, 05, Australian Touring Car Champion in the Marlboro Holden dealer team. Torana, wait for the corner. It's a good line, and he's in good shape for a record.
Do it. Yes, 2:20.006.
Goodness gracious me, 2:20.006. What a finale to the qualifying, and there is your pole position man. That's 159 kilometres per hour average around this particular circuit. A great, great drive to Peter Brock. He did it last year, he's done it this year, and the man who possibly can break the 1-2 domination by Ford this year in the race. Deals on wheels for team manager John Shepherd, but now it's time to put the pedal to the metal, and it's Peter Brock, the pole sitter from last year's 05 Marlboro Holden dealer team Torana, in not bad shape through turn one. Now heading up Dunlop Mountain Straight, heading up towards the top part of the circuit. And just how smooth is Peter Brock? This is the reason that's won Brock so many races, not the short sprinters, the long ones, the ones that matter. Races like the Hardie Heros 1000. Beautiful line through that corner, considering the condition of the track, which is anything but good. Over the top of the mountain, very, very seldom do you see Peter Brock get the car very, very much sideways. Beautiful to watch through this top part of the circuit.
Brock with something to prove too, because he's the king of the mountain. Pole winner here for the past 2 years, winner of the race last year, but Morris is the man that's been putting it all together this year. But this is a sensational time coming up, 2:21.21.
Peter Brock, 2 minutes 21.21 seconds, fastest so time. Peter, is the 100-mile-an-hour lap possible?
Oh, I'm sure it is, Evan. The track is in dreadful condition. It's almost as quick as we're going last year, and honestly, I was just all over the road there.
Is it dangerous?
Oh, no, anything's dangerous as long as you don't read it and react correctly, but you just got to read the road surface and drive accordingly.
Here's the man that they all want to see, Peter Brock in 05.
Well, Peter Brock has won every major distance race in Australia. National Touring Car title, I think, seems to belong on his mantelpiece permanently. He's a beautifully clean driver. We'll follow Peter Brock on his one lap against the clock. And is he trying up to the cutting? Oh, a little sideways coming out of there too as he straightens up. Brock is really trying hard.
Peter Brock, recent winner at Sandown for the 5th year running. Winner of the Hardie Heros last year.
Well, he has to beat his teammates 2:23.005.
Peter Brock, a man accustomed accustomed to sitting on pole position. Will he get it this year for the Hardie Heros? Very quick across the top of the mountain.
Very nice through that corner.
About a minute 12 at the halfway point, so it's going to be a quick lap.
Really a good pressure driver is Peter Brock. He can always pull one out of the hat and take quick time away.
Here comes the time, and it's fast. 2:21.815.
Peter Brock, what happened on the top of the mountain?
Well, top was excellent. Getting up there, the tyres were a little bit cool. I did give them a lot of warm-up on the untimed part of it. Not much more than I normally would, and the track just looked a bit greasy to me, and also I thought the tyres weren't going to really get to operating temperature today because the ambient temperature's down a little. So the first right-hander I came to, Castrol Curve, very sideways, and the cutting absolutely sideways, and I lost a lot of time, but from there on in it was spot on.
Will you go better next time out?
Could do, but I don't know.
The rain is coming down, but so are the times. With that 42.67 from Bob Morris, can Brock beat it?
Peter Brock, of course, the man they say owns Mount Panorama. A mortgage on this race, and I would think very, very keen to set fastest qualifying time today. And our aerial shot, just look at the puddles of water as Brock heads on up the mountain. Over the top now, trying to squeegee all that water out, obviously on wet weather tyres and very, very treacherous conditions. Heading down through the S's, Peter Brock. Not only is Peter Brock fast, he is just so smooth.
Maintaining a great line, even under these conditions, shows what a remarkable driver this man is.
Okay, coming down on the approach to Conrod Straight. Tell you what, Gary, this is going to be a quick time. He is being so fast and so smooth over the entire racetrack.
I think he's going to edge Morris out here on times. Coming into the corner. Let's look at the clock. It's going to be 2 minutes 41.59.
Peter Brock, fastest time so far.
Was it really? I had no idea. It's very slippery and very wet, and a bit of an exploratory lap in some respects, but well, that's rather pleasing, yeah.
You seem to have a lot of grip. In fact, watching you from the helicopter shot was like watching a speedboat going through water.
I was trying to keep the car very square to the road, Evan. I'm not trying to get too much attitude on it, and using up the car's potential to brake well and get the power down well, rather than sort of sliding through the corners. It was pretty desperate through Reed Park, and McPhillamy had the tail out a bit, actually.
Welcome back to Mount Panorama. Only 3 still to run against the clock, and it's the big boy, Peter Brock, the man who owns Bathurst, heading up, trying to beat the times that have been, well, his previous time that's already been bettered, Bobby Morris and, of course, Alan Moffat. Okay, heads down through the S's, sideways there, but it's still raining very heavily indeed at the top of the mountain. So smooth indeed is Peter Brock. Looking for another win. His co-driver, of course, in the race tomorrow is going to be Jim Richards, who loves the rain, and Brock seems to be doing a good job in it himself.
There are 3 quicker times than Peter Brock so far. Bartlett, Moffat and Morris. He's got to post a good time here. Here it comes, 2 minutes 39.04.
39.04, which makes you second fastest, but it looks as though it's getting heavier, the rain, up the top of the mountain.
Yes, it was. I thought before that it might be a little bit better for us, that run over the mountain, but then it was the puddles were back and there was no dry line or no swept line, so perhaps they had the rain is sprinkling down on top of the mountain.
Oh, here's a fast driver indeed.
Here's the man yesterday who really socked it to Alan Grice, the man who has seen probably as a co-favourite to grab pole position. He knows his way around Mount Panorama, and we speak, of course, of Peter Brock in the 05 car. Very, very fast through this part of the course. And, of course, for viewers across Australia, don't forget tomorrow, Race Camp. The in-car camera coverage will be provided in 2 cars, one of which will be Peter Brock.
Fastest man so far has been Hasimi, the Japanese driver. Oh, look at this stuff from Brock. Oh, geez, really having to fight that car, isn't he?
If you think drivers get it easy trying to qualify and win $10,000, look at Brock working away there as we get the race cam pictures. Almost off the road at the top of the mountain. Brock catches it again. I think that will cost him in time. Really throwing this car around. Brocky looking for pole position. He's only got 1 straight to pull it off now. And here he is coming down Conrod Straight.
Inside the car with Peter Brock. Down to Conrad at the bottom. Takes the left-hander and it's under 18. It's at 2:17.8 seconds.
You look very busy in the car. We're watching with the camera.
I think the tyres have gone off. I think they were past their peak, Evan, and they just wouldn't put the power down they would on an earlier run.
At the higher speeds, Peter, how tired are you going to be during the race?
very.
This year. Previous best time here in the qualifying leading up to today's Hardie Heroes, a 2:15.3.
Through the corner just beautifully.
Coming up to GTX Bend.
Sharp right hand down on the wheel as he takes the corner. Up the mountain, keep the revs up.
Just listen to the spectator reaction as Peter Brock, the king of the mountain, drops down. Working the V8 Commodore hard. A tidy line through there, picking up the front wheel.
Sensationally quick to the top of the mountain, Peter Brock. Timekeepers hold their breath. They know how fast he's been to the top. Can he keep it up to the bottom?
Through the gears. Checker flag at the ready, and the king of the mountain, Peter Brock, number 05, going across the line.
And quick to the top of the mountain, Peter Brock. And an incredible 2:16.27. What a great time.
If ever Peter Brock could respond to pressure, we'll soon find out. 05, 7 times Bathurst winner Peter Brock comes along to take the green flag. The time he has to beat, of course, 2:13.85, the time set by George Fury in the Nissan Turbo.
And really working at it around the hill corner.
2:14.31 his time in qualifying yesterday. He is really on the gas.
This is where Brock excels. Up and over the top of the mountain. Look at him working at the wheel.
How often do you see that in from Peter Brock? The pressure is on, and he's answering it. Crowd warming to it. It's the only warm thing at Mount Panorama today. Beautiful lines.
1 minute 15.5 at the top of the mountain. Not bad, but will it be good enough?
Coming down beneath the bridge. Peter perfect. Will it be Peter pole perfect? Here he comes. Flips the inside. And across to take the checkered flag. 2:14.03, the time for Peter Brock, but it's not good enough because George Fury has won pole position for the James Hardie 1000.
That's not a bad time, actually. I'm rather happy with that because I think in these weather conditions, a turbo is it's very hard to beat in qualifying because they can turn up the boost so much. Cold weather like this would suit them. It's certainly not helping us.